Hi everyone, my name is Ankur and this is Ankur Chips where I just chip in on different things. As you can tell, my background has changed again. So currently I'm in Sapporo, which is a city in the north of Japan. The northern island of Japan is basically called Hokkaido and Sapporo is a city in there. So Sapporo is an interesting city. Compared to Tokyo, it has a little bit of a different vibe. Although it still has that kind of a lively environment, the nightlife seems to be very vibrant and colorful, and the buildings are all lit up with advertisements. But at the same time, if you go slightly away from the main city center, the streets are kind of empty. So it gives like a good contrast of vibes. It was an interesting ride to Sapporo. I took the bullet train, the Hokuto line. It took me close to 11 hours actually. So yeah, it was a long journey, and unlike India, you don't get a lot of meal options on the train. So you actually have to buy meals at the station. I did not know that. I did not do that. So I kind of went hungry for a long time, and I had lunch at around 6 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, which is when I arrived in Sapporo. If you're traveling that far in Japan, just make sure that you carry some food with you. Or there are these places that you can buy food from, which are at the station itself and sometimes at the platform as well. Otherwise, the journey was pretty smooth. Shinkansen was quite fast. I could see like the view was like just rushing past the window, and the vibration is not a lot. Like you do feel that you're going at like a high speed, but at the same time, there's not a lot of things moving around in the coaches. It's pretty smooth, I would say. You don't feel like your devices will fall off at any point, which is very different from the train experience that we have in India, where things are just constantly swaying and you're never still. Over here things just go like very smooth and very fast. I just spent the first night just kind of walking around town, and like I love getting lost in new places, so I did that. The next day in Sapporo, started by walking around again, this time in the daylight. Finally got to experience a little bit of autumn. In Tokyo, things were still green, but since Hokkaido is in the north, it's much colder here, and I guess weather changes a little earlier than the southern places. It still hasn't reached the level of redness that I would want to see in autumn, but the trees are definitely like most of them are yellow, and some have also reached like orange and reds. The fallen leaves, the colors of the leaves are so vibrant, mixed with the greenery everywhere. It makes for some really nice sights. One thing that was really nice was to climb on top of the Sapporo TV tower. The view from there is really good. I honestly did not realize how beautiful the roads of Sapporo were until I saw them from on top of this tower. It looked so gorgeous. I have never seen a view like this. I haven't traveled that much, but of the very few countries that I've been to, Sapporo is definitely on top of my list of beautiful cities. So from there, I went to the Sapporo Beer Garden. Sapporo beer is, I realized, a very famous beer here. This beer museum contains all of the history behind how the company started, how the beer became popular, and how it kind of influenced culture and stuff like that. But of course, you can't go to a beer museum without actually tasting some beer. So I got this tasting set with three different types of beer, and my favorite one was Sapporo Black Label beer. It was really nice and smooth. From there, I went to the botanical garden. It was really beautiful. I really liked how they maintained the place. There was a lot of things to see there. Then in the evening, I went out for some food. I am not sure what I ate because the menu was in Japanese, and even Google Translate was having issues translating the menu. So I just asked them to offer me whatever is the recommended dish. And it was this thing with three different kinds of fish in a plate with rice, soup, soy sauce, and tea. They asked me to pour the tea on the rice bowl and have it with fish. It was definitely very challenging eating fish with chopsticks, but I did struggle through it and I did not use my hands. Later on, there was this Japanese woman who sat across from me, and I noticed that she was also struggling with the fish, and she was using one hand to hold the fish and then eat with the other hand. I did not do that, so I feel a little bit relieved that my challenges were justified. The food was really delicious. After that, I was just walking around the streets again, and I decided to go up on the Ferris wheel that they have here. I got like very good views, at least with my eyes. I don't think it came out that well on my phone camera. And I got to see how vibrant the night view of Sapporo is, similar to how I saw it at daytime from the Sapporo TV tower. Until next time, this is Ankur checking out.